Welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate. Starting off in Baton Rouge on Tuesday, State Representative Brian Fontenot in the Louisiana House of Representatives recognized the accomplishments of Carl Johnson for his many years as an NFL official.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, if I could have your attention, please, I'd like to share a moment with you. In this month, as we recognize African Americans who have paid homage to our tribute and have opened doors for people of their race, we often dig deep into the history books to find those people. I'm pleased today and honored today to have with us a guy that I'll introduce to you that just in our lifetime, he has blazed a path of success like never seen for African Americans. He's opened the door for so many people like himself. And when I tell you his accomplishments, you will recognize that, and then you will start reminding me on Sundays when you watch football that you've seen him. I'm honored today to have my friend, a resident, lifelong resident of Thibodaux with us, Mr. Carl Johnson. Once I introduce Mr. Johnson to you, it will be clear that his efforts and accomplishments have made its mark on our history. Some 41 years ago, Carl walked into a meeting of high school football officials, where I can promise to you, there probably wasn't many people that looked like him. It didn't take long for Carl to be identified as one of the best officials in Louisiana. That led him to being offered a job by the Southland Conference as a line judge. He quickly rose through the ranks in officiating college football, and his performance led him to the Big 12. In the Big 12, Carl officiated games such as the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, 2 Big 12 championships, and the 1996 BCS National Championship, where Florida defeated Florida State. Between the year 2000 and 2001 is where Carl's path really starts to become identified. The National Football League noted his accomplishments and hired him as a line judge for the National Football League. Carl recently completed his 23rd year officiating in the National Football League, and his accomplishments here are truly what separates him from many other officials. In 2010, Carl was the first African American to ever lead the officiating crews and become the executive vice president to officiating for the National Football League. He was not only the first African American for the National Football League, he was the first African American in American history to lead any of the major sports in America in officiating, umpiring, and so on. Carl would go on to be the first ever, and today he still is the first ever full-time football official for the National Football League. Carl has officiated 3 Super Bowls. Super Bowl 42 that's seen the New York Giants defeat the New England Patriots. Super Bowl 54 where the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the 49ers. Super Bowl 56 where the Los Angeles Rams defeated the Cincinnati Bengals. And you should be noted that in Super Bowl 56, it's the only time in the National Football League history that the majority of the officials on the crew were that of African Americans. In 2020, Carl officiated the first and only game in the NFL's history where every official on the field was of African American. Carl has been on the sideline with some of the greatest players in the National Football League. Names like Kurt Warner, Sean Alexander, Randy Moss, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, the Manning brothers, and many, many more. Now that I introduce you to Carl, you'll see him on Sundays. He's the guy that's talking to the coaches, the guy that's the calm in the storm. He's been on the field with coaches like Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Bill Belichick, and the great Tony Dungy. My hope is that one day Carl's name will be in the same place that each one of those people's names will have been read. You see, in today's history, there's only one football official ever been enshrined into the National Football's Hall of Fame. His name is Art McNally. It would be unjust if Mr. Carl Johnson's name is one day not also enshrined into the National Football League. When Carl decides to hang up his cleats, that opportunity will come. I want to tell you some personal remarks about Carl. I think I've been on the football field 25 years. And I can stand here today, and as you look at Carl and his lovely wife and his son, he is the number one, I want you to think about this, he's the number one football official in America. And on Friday nights, when we don't have enough football officials to go coach high school, officiate high school, Carl shows up on the field with me, all right? Here's the funny part. Coaches love to chew me out. So when a coach calls timeout, and he says, you see that official over there? And I say, Coach, that's the #1 official in America right here. You can't be mad at him. He's got the right call, I promise. His dedication to Thibodeau, his dedication to our community, to the people like myself who know him is unprecedented. When I started 25 years ago in the Football Association, there may have been maybe one or two African Americans that sat in the room. With Carl's help, Carl was our leader, he was our boss. Today, it's probably north of 40%. He's brought those people to us. He's excelled. He's put them in the ranks of Division I, SEC, Big 12, and all the way into the NFL. He is a true pioneer for African Americans in the field of football officiating. So I ask you, as members of the Louisiana House of Representatives, to help me in welcoming Mr. Carl Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, welcome to the House.
We'll be right back with more right here on HTV.